Good morning. Today is Monday, the 17th of January, and you've got me and Joe. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday.
Hope you all had a great weekend. Right.
Good memory.
So we're starting off the week. What we thought we'd do today is go through some stocks that we have seen with lots of different scans, and also go through some stocks that we saw that we talked about last week. So just quickly, just a few stocks that we've noticed are breaking out today is Carnarvon. That has been a bit of resistance at 35 cents. It's popped its head out. If you're conservative, you could look at the break of 35 or wait for the break of 36 cents. So it might be worth mentioning. De Grey has had a big move over the past 4 days, but it's broken through that level of $1.30 today. Personally, I'd like to see it sort of move sideways at this level, but something to maybe keep an eye on there as well. H&R has had a good go at 5 cents today. We like this because of the OBV, a bit of buying actions following this move here.
WCN.
WCN, oh, that's a big mover. That looks good at 2.5. It's had a move today. Something that's clearly, that this looks solid. That's, yep, good.
We've got POI, isn't it? POI?
PDI.
Oh, PDI.
Now, we had a triangle drawn on this. I think we talked about this last week as well. That's had a little popped its head up above the 27.5 level. So that looks like it's having a bit of a break today. It has left some wicks behind, so perhaps a close above 27.5 would be a good indication that it's looking to move.
MGU.
MGU, we've definitely talked about this stock, and again, it's had a go at breaking 10 cents this morning, so that looks nice. It's a big volume today. That's a big spike, big kick, so be interesting to see how that handles the 10-cent level.
Nice. And NHC?
NHC, this has had a break here. It's been moving steadily up. This is moving sideways, and now it's having another go at breaking of $2.36.5. I'm sort of liking it. It is very ever so slightly high highs, high lows, but it is a bit of a slow burner.
All right, so we just want to revisit some that we discussed last week. So AGL.
AGL, okay. That's just the stock that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
That was just a great break back at $6.30. It's moving up. I think it seems to be finding some resistance at $7.50, which is to be expected. So you might, if you've got this in your watch list, this could possibly be, if this moves $7.50, there might be another possible entry when it breaks at breakout.
JAT.
This was interesting. This big volume spike always sparks some interest. What I'm liking is it's holding. OBV is holding, volumes dropping off. So this potentially could form a little mini ascending triangle. I like these sorts of patterns. Be interesting how it breaks through the 2 cents.
CXO.
That's just broken through and kept on moving. I think we mentioned when it was breaking last week, it's kept going. As expected, it's having a pullback, so watch this space.
PLS.
This one, again, we talked about last week. I think we had a line drawn across here. It's had a move. Again, pulling back a little bit today. It's a bit of a... Today, as much as we're not getting hit too hard, there definitely seems to be a bit of a pullback on most stocks today.
WHC.
And Whitehaven, I'm liking this move sideways under $3. I'll be watching this for a break of 3. personally, so worth keeping an eye on.
Well, that's it for the revisit list.
Revisiting stocks. Now, we've had a couple of questions come in, so thanks heaps for questions. If you do have any, please keep sending them in. We've been talking about stop losses and where we would put them. That's a very tricky question. It all comes down to the individual and how much your risk level is. So probably the best sort of thing that we can say is for a stop loss, we look at the support level. So we'll always be looking at where the support is and putting a stop just below that. So if you were a bit adventurous, this is the support, you could put a stop below here, or you'd put trailing stops in. So this would be a level here, that could be a level, that could be a level. So whatever your last big down candle, sometimes you could just pop your stop in below there. Again, it really comes down to what your own risk and your own plan.
Yeah.
But as a general rule, we look at the support and put it just below support level. If that helps any. Another question was why filter on price as opposed to market cap. Again, you can't look, if you want to scan for market cap, you absolutely can. And that is if you go into your scan button, scan for activity, you can look at the top 20, top 100, top 200 stocks by market cap and scan, remove all these filters and you'll get the top or whatever you're looking for with market cap. By all means, again, up to the individual and totally up to what you're looking for. I personally am looking at price range because that's the price that I'm looking at. They're the ones that I find give you the best run. You know, it's again, yeah, my personal preference. But if you want to do 50 cents to $5, by all means, go ahead. If you want to do $1 to $10, it's up to you entirely. I encourage you to play around with the filters, because the more you do that, the more you understand and the more you'll see different stocks and you'll understand, you know, how far they will run and what they'll do. So by all means, this is just a guide. This is just what we do, but don't limit yourself to it. Try as many as you can. And on that point, I'll just do my very quick scan that I normally do. And we've got, what do we get, 19 today. Now, this is an interesting one. This is a very long gap, and you would probably argue that people may call this a saucer. I wouldn't say I agree. I like to see saucers as a bottoming action, so down here, not halfway up the chart, and that's kind of, but not really following the saucer. That is a big gap here, big move. For me, I'd like to see 3 touches of that resistance level, but it's probably you could worth putting onto your into your watch list. ABC, well, that's just done a massive move today. Not interested. That is that's a retracement from a big move on. When was that, on Friday? Yep. Wow. So to be expected. Move on. Again, it's a very saucerish looking pattern. Again, yeah, I wouldn't disagree that sort of following it looks good. It's not ideal because it's not sitting at the bottom of a chart, but it does look pretty good. It's giving us an opportunity. There would have been a nice, nice here would have been a nice entry. I think we may have talked about it. You potentially have got another level. It's filled this gap up here, as teeny weeny as it is. It's filled that. You know, that's looking pretty good, potential target. And your stop, if I'm going to mention stops, you could potentially have it down below $2 if you were to buy it now. If you bought it here, your stock probably would have been there. Below there, it's say $1.84.
Sorry.
So that's what I mean by different levels of support. So you'd move it up. Again, comes down to your risk level. So have a bit of a play around and work that out. Yep. There is also a trailing stop tool here that you can work with to make this program follow your stops up if that helps you. We can go into that later. Beach Energy, again, a very similar pattern. That's just starting to look really nice along the $1.40 mark. Very gappy though. CH out left the gap, so move on.
Sorry.
Cobb, well, that was a beautiful breakout. If you were on top of this
Can I ring you? We've just got
over the weekend and had your buy-in and were organised and doing everything right, well done. If you haven't, move on. It's great. Again, that we talked about that earlier. It had a it's moved up, had a break.
I'll bring you back in 2.
GL1, very volatile. Well, it's not volatile. It's steadily moving up. It's too hard for me at the moment to actually get a buy signal.
Yeah.
I need it to move. This was a nice move. If you got that break there, amazing. Again, trailing stop. You'd probably pop a stop in just below this gap here. It's moved up. You could probably pop it in just below that gap. So that's what I mean. Just have a look for where you think the support would be. Looking at your risk factor, how much you're prepared to risk. No. That's done so much. That's just done so much. LPI done so much already. NHC we talked about. That's looking really good.
Remember.
Ham needs to come back. That's done a lot already. And that's it. So there we go.
All right, good. There's a bit of action around here.
There's lots going on. Till tomorrow. Have a great day.
Yeah.